안녕하세요. Hi everyone. Welcome back to another video. So I've been quarantined here in the US for quite some time, although things are opening up, or at least starting to. So I've spent many evenings watching Korean dramas, and I thought it would be kind of fun to share with you the Korean names, because I know if you watch it on Netflix, for example, you don't necessarily see what it is in Korean. And also, even if you have, you might not know the hanja associated with them or the Chinese characters. So I thought it would be a good chance to talk about Korean dramas and expand your vocabulary at the same time. Never a bad thing. So the first drama, something I've been watching a lot recently, The King, Young, Won, E, Gun, Ju. So obviously this is from English, The King, and they translate that as the king. There's Young, Won. Each of these has a hanja, a Chinese character behind it. E is possessive. Then we have Gun, Ju, Chinese character for each of these as well. So let's take this first and have a look. We write the Chinese character like this, Yang. This just means 길, Yang. 길 means long and drawn out. Then we have this one, Won. So take a look at the proportion as well. Very important to know what the different sizes are of each stroke. I know it's hard sometimes, especially if you're writing quickly. And I don't always get it right either. So this is Won. This is More Won. So put this together. We have 길, long, and more, far away. So 길 and more, so what's something that's long and far away? It's eternal, right? So you can translate this as eternal in English. Then we have gun. We write it like this. This is gun. This is referring to like the military, this character. Finally, Ju. This is Wang in Chinese, which means king, but we've got a jewel on top. In Korean, it's the same as gun. We say 임금 Ju. And this is just referring to a head of power. So altogether, we get a monarch or a head of the military. Another drama I really like, it's on Netflix as well, in English, is called Extracurricular. I don't know if you've seen it. You should if you haven't. In Korean, it has a completely different name. It's called 인간 수업. So you might be familiar with these words in Korean. 인간, meaning humans, people. 수업, a class. But let's put it together and see if we can get a better translation out of that and see what the Chinese characters say as well. In is like this. This just means 사람 or person. For instance, if you're a 외국인, it's written using these characters. 외 meaning outside. So this is foreign. 국, country, and in person, someone from a foreign country, a foreigner. This just means person here. Then we have 간. 간 is used in words like 시간, meaning time, and is written like this. 간. That just means 사이, like a space in between something. So space in between people just translate as humanity. That's what I do. Humanity or people. Then we have 수업. Normally we just push these two together and we take it as one term meaning class. But they do each have a separate Chinese character. This is the one for 수. This means 받을 수. You're receiving something. It makes sense when you're receiving an education, right? You're taking information from someone else that's being given to you. Then we have op. That's the Chinese character for that. That's the Hanja. And the meaning. Same meaning as in 직, up, 과, up. Kind of like your job. So like you're receiving this kind of education. That's a class. You're receiving all of this information. It's your job to learn. 수업. And then 인간, meaning humanity or people. So I like to translate this as lessons on humanity. Completely different from extracurricular, right? I think it's really interesting. Another great drama, one that I watched when I first started learning Korean, is called Boys Over Flowers. And I'm sure most of you have heard of it if you found my video. In Korean, it's called 꽃보다 남자. 꽃, flower, 보다, like more than. So you're picking something over in this context. To over flowers, you'd rather have men, 남자. So we have 3 Chinese characters here. This doesn't have a Sino-Korean origin, so there won't be one. 꽃 is written like that. You can also say 화. This means flower. 남, you start with a field, which is what this is. And you add strength or him. And you get something that means 사내 남. I like to think of it as like a real man, someone who works out in the fields. And then 자 looks like that. So if you kind of imagine this as a head, this is the body and your feet, and your arms spread out. Kind of looks like a person, right? In Korean, this really means other, 자. So if you put this together, you get boys or men. So, boys over flowers. I think the translation's pretty good, don't you? Another drama I've enjoyed, Guardian, The Lonely and Great God. And in Korean, this is 쓸쓸하고 찬란하신 도깨비. So 쓸쓸하고 from 쓸쓸하다, I mean lonely. 찬란하다, 찬란하신. So kind of a play on words here because they're using a character shin in the title. But 찬란하다 means something that's brilliant. It can also mean something that's radiant, so that's really different from great, I think. Something you missed out on. 도깨비 means goblin. And this is the only Chinese character for this title. This is 귀신, 귀, the meaning God. Another recent one that won awards, I feel like I don't know a single person who hasn't watched it at this point. Parasite. In Korean, it can be written as 기, 생, 중. Is the title. Each one of these has a Chinese character it correlates with. So 기 has a meaning of to latch onto. Kind of gross, right? But accurate when you think of what a parasite does. So this is 기. So 혼자서 살지 못하고 남에게 어처 삶 그런 게 is what this means. Something that kind of latches on and can't live without clinging on to something else. 생. Like when you see 학생, it's the same 생. This means life. And then this just means bug. And you're basically taking the Chinese character for bug and compounding it. And this just means 벌레 or insect. So this is an insect that can't live without clinging onto other things for life. A parasite. And then the last drama I'd like to share is Reply 1994, which I think is a great watch. If you have time, which you might during the quarantine, I suggest you watch it. In Korean, it's called 응답하라 1994, 1994년, right? So, ung and tap do have their own Chinese characters. Let's look at ung. Let's see if I can remember how to write this. That's ung. So ung is from 응하다, to accept something. Like you can accept a challenge with the same ung, for instance. Tap means to respond. It's written like this. It's the same tap as in 대답, to answer. So 응답, you put it together, it just means reply. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I hope you've enjoyed my little introduction to Korean dramas using hanja. And I think I should end this by showing you how to write the hanja for hanja, because that's pretty cool to know. And if you have been trying to learn some of the ones I've given you, probably best to be able to write hanja as well. Then a box, 2 lines, but this one's longer. So in hunger, that's just han. And then ja. And this means character. So in simplified Chinese, this is what you'd write. This is the traditional version, which is what you'd use in Korean and hanja. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed learning about how to write the different names of Korean dramas in both Hangul and hanja. And let me know what you think in the comments.